Hey guys, it's Elaine, the Ninja Life Coach, and welcome to my channel today. Today, we're going to talk about keeping your peace. Sit back, grab yourselves a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. And today I'm wearing a wig by Eva Hair that I reviewed probably 4 or 5 years ago. I don't even know if they still make it, but hadn't had her out in a while, so I wanted to bring her out to play. Today we're going to talk about how to find and keep your peace. In this world that is full of turmoil and trouble right now, peace can be rather elusive. When we lay down sometimes at night to go to sleep, we're inundated with all these thoughts about what about this, what about that, what if this happens, what if that happens, till we could what if everything to death. There's a way in the midst of all this turmoil for us to find peace and to have peace. And we're going to discuss 3 ways today that we can do that. The first thing that we can do when you find yourself mentally ramping up with that anxiety is we need to stop it immediately before it gets to an unmanageable level. Because at 3 in the morning, sometimes things like that can really become an unmanageable problem if we allow it to go that far. So what we have to do, it's not enough just to stop the thought. We have to replace those negative thoughts and those fearful thoughts that come into our mind and in our heart. We have to stop those with what does God say. The Bible tells us that Jesus spoke to the wind and the waves and said, "Peace be still." I have in my mind's eye always imagined Jesus out there on the waves walking and going, "Peace be still," with his hand out like that. That's just always the way I've imagined that ever since I was a child. But he may have just been standing there and said, "You know what? Peace be still." It may have been an offhand type of thing. I really don't know. But I've always managed to imagine some type of impervious Jesus, "Stop in the name of the Father." I've always expected that. So when Jesus said, "Peace be still," that wasn't only referring to that particular storm. That can also refer to our hearts and particularly our minds when we have those thoughts that just churn round and round and round and keep us awake at night, or keep us from going about our daily activities, or keep us in a kind of a depression type of mode. Now, if you're having these type of repetitive thoughts over and over again for an extended period of time, then please call or seek a mental health professional. I will drop a link down to the depression hotline in the description box, because I don't want to take that for granted. If this is something that happens to you often, please seek help. But if this is something that occurs occasionally, or even, a couple of times a week, you want to stop that thought and you want to replace it with what does God say? Well, God says, "Fear not, for I am with you." God says, "Peace be still." God says, "I will not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day." That's what God says. So if we can stop that fear and we can start telling ourselves what the truth actually is, that is the first step in stopping that rampant anxiety that comes on all of us and the fear that steals our joy and our peace. The second thing that we want to do is we want to pray. We want to ask God to give us peace. The Bible tells us that God himself is our peace. And there are places in the Bible over and over again where God instructs us to ask him, ask him, ask him. Ask, seek, knock. Ask, seek, find. Things of that nature. If you're lacking peace, simply ask for it. Does that mean peace is going to come right like that and you're just going to be like a little flower child out in the field of daisies? Not necessarily. But it is a good step towards moving towards that peace that we all crave right now during this time of turmoil in the world. The third thing that we can do is we can understand that when we ask God for peace and we start shutting down that negative self-talk, there's going to be trials that come. It's inevitable. The enemy is going to come and try to steal what little peace that we have. He's going to try to come and take it from us. Case in point, I was just praying about something on Sunday. I was praying and I asked God to give me peace over that situation. Within 30 minutes, and I kid you not, it was probably even less than that, something happened concerning that situation, and boom, immediately I was angry and I was ramped up and I was tense and I was ready to fight a circle saw. But I've got to say, within a few moments, I remembered, you know what? You just prayed for peace. Of course the enemy's going to come in and tempt you to lose your mind over this situation. So what we have to do at that time is to stand against the fiery darts of the enemy. He's going to come, folks, and he's going to fire those shots across the bow. He's going to do it. Sometimes the shots, they kind of sting. Sometimes they're not easy shots, and sometimes they're devastating. But we can't lose our peace, and we can't lose our joy. It is possible for us to have peace in the midst of terrible circumstances. We don't have to have those churning thoughts, those what if, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? What if, what if, what if, what if? We don't have to what if ourselves to death. We don't have to do that. If we will understand that the enemy is going to come, and we will understand that our self-talk is going to, possibly derail us, and we understand that we can pray for peace, then we have a formula right there that is very, very powerful. I am a firm believer if we ask God for wisdom and we use that wisdom, as the book of James instructs us to ask God for, we will know whether it's the enemy coming against us or whether it's ourselves coming against us, because that is just as big a battle as the enemy coming against us. The devil has had a millennia to observe behavior of man. He's very good at his job. We need to be equally as good at our job to derail him. Listen, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Everything I do is down in the description box. Check it out when you get an opportunity. God bless you all. I love you guys. Maranatha. Bye-bye.